Adrian Wojnarowski reporting yesterday, Rockets general manager Daryl Morey is being very aggressive trying to improve his roster. He is apparently willing to use picks and making all players available. Now, in the report, Woj specifically said it's difficult to envision a situation where James Harden is involved in a trade. But how about Chris Paul? Chris Paul has an unbelievable amount of money still coming to him. I think I already knew this, but when I saw the number last night, it jumped off the page at me. He's due $124 million over the next 3 years, Chris Paul.
Until he's 37.
Until he's 37 years old. That's an extraordinary amount of money. So I guess I would ask, if he wants to make some sort of blockbuster move for the Rockets, is there one to be made?
I don't think so. I actually find it ironic that the team named the Houston Rockets are actually trapped in time and space. Right? It's so ironic. They're trapped because and I'm so confused by this too, RJ. Like, I do not understand. So you want to change up the entire personnel, but you don't want to change up the coach. So what you're saying is that the strategy that the coach has is a championship strategy, but the players that you have aren't championship caliber. I don't think the strategy, I don't think the style in which they play offense is championship offense, but you're staying committed to the offense.
I've been convinced that Daryl Morey, and again, I know everyone knows how great he is, but watching some of the moves that he has made over this last year and just kind of how he's retooled his team, I believe he has a plan. So that's the thing that I'm very, very curious to see what this plan is. Like, he's making everyone available. He is not being shy about it. So he knows that there's something and there's an opportunity out there to make his team better. But I agree with you. D'Antoni gets an extension. They change a bunch of assistant coaches, and you make your entire roster available.
Could I just throw this out there? Like, they've been the second. I know they were the 4th seed this year, but they've been the next team in the West for some time now.
Yeah.
If Kevin Durant leaves Golden State, maybe their best chance to win it is actually next year. Wouldn't you bring the crew back together for one more shot at it without Golden State in your conference and see if you can win it now?
I would say this: the loss that they had this year without KD in the conference semis, I think that kind of was eye-opening to them. They were like, we might be further away than we think because we're going to be a year older. Chris Paul is going to be a year older next year. So the path doesn't get easier even if Kevin Durant leaves.
There were times last year in their team that P.J. Tucker was their second best player. And I love P.J. Tucker with a ton of love and respect I have for P.J. Like, that can't be the case if you want to be an NBA championship team. And also CP3, like, as a gifted player as he is, he's missed 48 games over the past 2 years. So if injury, you keep factoring that into the equation, you have to try to make some moves. I just don't know what other sign and trade opportunities out there you can do for a guy like CP3 that's guaranteed $38.5 million next year and 41.4 the next. I mean, that's insane.
It's an extraordinary amount of money for a guy at this stage in his career. Look, he's an historically great player.
He's earned it.
But right now, he is an above-average point guard. Yes. Right? I mean, that's what he is. He's no longer that elite all-time level.
He went from
great
superstar
player.
to star to tradable asset.